Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Today is again Sunday. We've got our member live stream today. So if you want to consider to join the membership to support more crypto online and get a lot of additional content, then feel free to check out the membership. Today we're talking about a very exciting topic. It's going to be indicators and Elliott Wave, how to use them together. So more of the sort of technicals behind it. And I thought that's interesting for a lot of people. So if you want to consider to join the membership, the live stream is going to be at 5 o'clock UTC, 5 p.m. So there's plenty of time left. And you can always watch all recordings from previous live streams as well. But yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum. So not too much has happened since yesterday's last video. However, we've seen further sideways movement, but don't really make a lot of progress in the chart. Now, again, it's weekend. And the market is consolidating, and we're currently holding here the price around the 1530 mark. I gave you a support level yesterday, which is this descending trend line that we have on the chart, this yellow descending trend line. You could even say that Ethereum is in a massive channel actually, but that's not too relevant down here. What's more important is what's going on up here, because we did break out of the channel. That's important, and are retesting it currently from above. So there is no guarantee. I always have to say that there is no guarantee that the market does anything. Yeah, there is no guarantee there, because a lot of people think there is absolute certainty. No, there is no certainty, and nobody can change the market. The market makers can shift the market into certain directions, but I of course can't. And I'm not making a trend here, so there is not a guarantee that we actually eventually will go into this green support area. It would be, again, probabilities would suggest that we should, but that means it's not like 100% likely versus 0%. No, it's like, I don't know, it could be a 70-30 that we go into this green area, because in most cases, in a wave 4, the market will do it. The wave 4 would normally, under ideal circumstances, retrace. Not the wave 4 wouldn't retrace, the wave 3 would retrace, and would get into this region between the 50% and the 23.6 Fib retracement, with an ideal level in between, which is the 38.2% retracement. But there is no guarantee for the market to do anything. So that's why we need to wait for the outcome, make up our mind, be patient that orders get filled. I placed some in this area. I mentioned that yesterday. Channel members can see which orders are exactly set. So it's part of the membership benefit. But in the end, they are in this area, and I've got the stop loss below the box. Will or plan to trade here the wave 5 to the upside. Is there a guarantee they get filled? No. If they don't, I wait for the next entry. And that's where we are. Yeah, I think there's a good likelihood this wave 4 is currently ongoing. Yeah, I mean, that's the other question. Is the count correct? At the moment, I have all reasons to believe that it is, because this is looking like a wave 4. It's weekend. On a weekend, you often get a wave 4. I did already say that on Friday. It could be a bit of a boring weekend. Now, again, it's not really boring, because we had a lot of movement end of the week, so the market is purely consolidating here. And I believe it's good for a lot of people to calm down from the FOMO. But what is certainly interesting, and that is really interesting, is that the market currently is hovering, and that's the 1 hour chart, here above the 50 level. So usually when the RSI is hovering sort of between the 50 and the overbought range, then that is to be considered quite bullish. I mean, we've now come back here to support exactly the 50 level on the RSI. And you see it's not exact science, so sometimes it's sort of breaking below it briefly, yeah, but broadly you could say that 80% of the movement here, since we started that move to the upside, has been, oh come on, I actually wanted to choose the rectangle, but 80% of the movement is happening in the upper half of this of the RSI. Okay, so that is quite a clear picture, and you can see when we didn't really have a trend down here, that was before, sort of end of the year 2022, it was filling out the entirety, yeah, basically 50-50. But now it has shifted clearly to the upside. And that's a clear sign that there is still an uptrend going on. Now it's going to be very interesting, because we are now just hovering above 50. Just hovering above 50, which indicates that from here, obviously the last few times we started. So be ready for that possibly. What I did, I decided to fill some DCA bags yesterday for Ethereum. Just sort of my DCA program. I did mention it in yesterday's video as well and talked about it in the Bitcoin video. It's just my program to regularly dollar cost average into the Bitcoin and Ethereum bear markets, because I believe, you know, it can always go up at any time. Yeah, nobody knows if there will be another low or whatever. It's all about the broader strategy, and I don't really look at the price when I do this, but I will stop at some point when we get maybe into the 40k regions or so, or even above 30. I may not do so much DCA anymore. It's now the time, in my opinion. Yeah. I know, and that is always, you know, and that's more general now. A lot of people who watch these videos, yeah, I mean, you're doing the right things because you are active here in the bear market. Yes, we've seen a bit of a pump. That's nothing. That's nothing against and compared to what's going to come, right? I mean, if we get into the bull run, you're going to see these days basically every day, every second day. There will always be consolidations, always setbacks, but there will be a lot of these days where you're going to make 10, 20% per day. This is the time when a lot of retail FOMO people come in, have no clue about trading, no clue about investing. They have never heard about Bitcoin. They think they can get rich, or Ethereum. They think they can get rich overnight, yeah, and they're going to buy Ethereum at $4,000, $5,000. Maybe even at 8, or worse, 10,000. A lot of people will buy at 10, 12,000 and then lose out. Yeah, don't make that mistake again if you've done it in the past. And we've all done it, yeah, even if it's been years ago. But we've all been there at some point. Don't make these mistakes again. And if you're here in the bear market, you're doing the right things because you are educating yourself about what's going to come. You are planning ahead. You're dollar cost averaging. You're building a portfolio in the bear market. You plan to be, whatever your strategy is, and I'm not saying, you know, there is the perfect strategy, but you are planning ahead for something that's probably going to come and happen. And you want to be prepared. You don't want to go in there when all the retail FOMO people are coming in and are pushing the price up 50, 80%. That's when you actually want to be set. Yeah. So again, you know, and at the moment we've seen nothing really. We've seen a bit of a pump. It's now consolidating. This could become obviously something much more bullish. We'll see. I don't think we're necessarily there yet, but these support areas are going to guide us. And here for Ethereum, I mentioned it already, the key support area is between the 1389 and the roughly $1,500 level, with the 1438 level in between, the ideal level, and we're currently hovering above the support area. And as long as we are holding 1389, I still expect at least one more wave higher here. And I intend to trade that. But again, I also went in, not long, but I bought some ETH, you know, for regular DCA. So what could this be? I think it looks I'm quite confident that this could be the fourth wave now, looking at the length of it. It's not retracing that much. It's hovering above this support area. Mentioned to you that the yellow support area is the yellow line is probably going to act as support. As soon as we break it here around 1520, then we can expect to get into the green range. Obviously, condition is that we are breaking this line. This could be the ABC pattern. It could be, but we really need to follow through because in the C wave, you know, we could have seen here maybe a wave 1, then an A, B, C in a wave 2. This could be the 1-2 setup of the wave 3. Then there will be 4 and a 5. But it really needs to follow through now, yeah? And that's why the 1520 level is so important. If, on the other hand, we break above the B wave high at 1565, then we have to be ready that this is probably going to go up, okay? And that we're not going to come down into this area. And then we probably only had an Elliott wave triangle, similar to what I put on the Bitcoin chart. And we could say that maybe we only had an A wave here, a B wave, a C wave, maybe here a D, and an E still to come. And then we could break out, because with an Elliott wave triangle, you would expect the breakout to the opposite side of the wave E, which would be in this case to the upside. And the wave 4 would then finish at the end of the E wave. That's the trouble and the problem with triangles. Sometimes they don't get into these ideal fib zones. And the fact that we have a triangle here is also supported. No, we don't have a fact here. We have a possibility that we have a triangle supported by these trend lines. Yeah, so you can actually draw a triangle shape here. We're heading into the apex, but that does not need to break before tomorrow. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.